What's up, guys? Expel here, and today I'm going to be bringing you a breakdown of a 27 kill win that I got while playing today within the Stimulus Solos playlist. Now, I would like to let you know I'm getting a lot better. I get kind of a little bit better. You might notice a little something different here as well. We are in the same space, but we got a new lens for the camera, so we're looking fantastic. By the way, if anybody wants to skip this part and you don't ever want to just talk to me and listen to me, you can always just use the timestamps that I put in the description on the video playhead and in the pinned comment. Please do that. Anyway, back to what I was saying. We're popping off in these Stimulus Solos. I've really kind of honed in and learned how to do it, man, and my aim's getting a lot better. I feel like I'm kind of starting to become PC Master Race. No, I'm just kidding. Whatever. Anyway, this is a fantastic game. I'm just gonna be breaking it down for you guys, and I think you guys are really gonna enjoy it. If you do go on to enjoy, please do me a favor, drop the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here, as well as turn on notifications. That way you get notified every single time I post a video. You can also follow me over on Twitch. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, all the way up until 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Twitch.tv/iamexpel. Last but not least, feel free to follow me over on Twitter. I tweet. Also Discord, link down below in the description. Let's get busy, baby. Alrighty, guys, as you guys can see, we're gonna be landing down at the superstore, and the reason why is just so that I can get as many kills as I possibly can. Whenever I'm playing this mode, really for me, what it comes down to is just trying to get as good as I can be. And right here, you see a guy landed on top of me, and luckily I had the Magnum. I hit 2 shots on him, broke his armor, and then slapped him one good time, got the kill. Now, whenever I'm sitting on top of this building, I want to make sure that I'm going to get as much loot as I possibly can, but at the same time, I want to see if there's anybody around me. So you're going to see right here, I'm grabbing weapons, I'm looking around, I'm checking down below, and then I go ahead and drop down so that I can push in and grab the kill on the guy that was in here. So I saw that the door was open this way and that door wasn't open, so I started looking around. Luckily, caught this guy whenever I hopped in through the door. Ended up hitting a fantastic shot on him and got him killed. Sadly, he did shoot me a couple of times because I looked the wrong direction, and then when I came back out, ended up catching this guy off guard. So it was a big mess of just trying to get everybody that's in the area. And a lot of this comes down to really knowledge of your surroundings and making sure that you're controlling every situation that you're in. So in this moment, I see a guy down there and he starts shooting at me. I realize I have no armor plates. I've got to get out of here. I got another guy shooting behind me. I got to go ahead and rotate around here. I check up above me because I want to make sure that he's not going to be hopping down. I didn't hear him coming around and hopping down on me. And then I was like, all right, so we're going to rotate back around through the bottom, back up the staircase. Whenever I rotate through the staircase, the whole point of it is to see if I can catch the other guy that was shooting at me. Luckily, I hit this chest, gave me an armor plate. We got a little bit of cash. And right now I'm thinking, all right, I've got $13,400. Worst comes to worst, I die, I come back. I don't have any crazy weapons. I don't have a lot of armor plates. So I may as well, you know, try and push for some kills. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate to the roof of this building and start going across it, seeing if I can hear anybody down below me, see if I can find anybody on the roof, and see if there's any kills that we can get. And like I said, this game mode for me is all about getting as many kills as I can and becoming a better player at Warzone in general, because today I've actually gotten quite a few gameplays that are ridiculously good. I've gotten a couple of 20 bombs, 27 and 26. The 26 I actually ended up getting at the very worst time. I actually actually caught this guy off guard, by the way. Heard him down below. He was shooting at somebody across, which is kind of the knowledge that I got. But the 26 bomb, I got it, and there was still 40 people left, and I got shot in the back. And as you can see, we walk up the ladder, and we've got a guy that snuck his way over and just killed us. So we're gonna respawn and try and decide where to go. So at this point, I'm kind of looking around to see if I can find any contracts, and I look at the map a couple of times and there's actually 0 contracts anywhere. So I'm like, all right, I may as well just kind of go and try and grab you know, some sort of weapon and just try and go for kills a little bit more, try and get some more kills and just rack up as much cash as I can. The way that I like to play this is just go for UAVs and go for kills. It's really the best way that you can do anything. So right here, we're gonna loot up and we're gonna grab all our plates and stuff like that. and then we're gonna slowly work our way into finding some more people. So now that I've kind of looted up, we've grabbed a couple of things. We got some Molotovs, we got some plates, we got an M4A1, and we ended up seeing a vehicle going down the road. So I grabbed this RPG and I start looking around to see if I can find the guy. But I decide that instead of having my Uzi, I want to switch out to an M4A1. The reason I do that versus having an SMG and an RPG, it's a lot better just in case you do get into those medium to long range gunfights, you can hit more shots, because when you've got an Uzi or you've got a P90 or something like that, you're not going to hit those long range shots. It's really not going to go the way that you want it to go. So I'm going to start making my way over to the buy station right here, and we're going to go ahead and grab our loadout drop. Now, one thing that I like to play for is the loadout drop and the UAVs, obviously. But the loadout drop is huge. You know, whenever you're playing this game mode, a lot of people are going to be coming back in multiple times over and over and over. And you're going to want that heartbeat sensor. You will want that heartbeat sensor, at least in this game mode. In any other game mode, I really don't think it's that big of a deal because people get their classes so fast and stuff like that. But in this game mode, people don't even go for their classes. Once they grab their class the first time, they end up just coming back down, grabbing those guns, and then coming right back into whatever gunfight that they were in. So they don't think to buy another loadout drop and grab that ghost and, you know, that cold blood and stuff like that. So that's going to make you be able to find a lot more people via the heartbeat sensor and via the UAV. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like these games might be just a little bit easier. And if they're not easier, maybe people are just a little bit more comfortable in running in and trying to get kills and constantly running around. So once I got inside that building, I had to pause for just a second and take care of something, but we ended up getting shot while trying to go up the stairs. So I got this guy right here and I accidentally jumped off. Wasn't on purpose, but I ended up getting the kill with the RPG. We had to back up, we had to regain and try and get our health back. That way we could engage in any other gunfights. We caught this guy right here. Luckily ended up getting the kill. Very, very close to not getting the kill right there. He almost made it out, but we caught the guy. We ended up hitting our shots and we just demolished the guy. Sadly, I got shot by another guy. So I'm like, all right, we have to regain again. We've got some plates. So I start taking the weirdest routes that I possibly can to get out of every situation. I thought for a second that he pushed through the alleyway between the two buildings, but he didn't. And I didn't realize that you could blow up C4 while you were on the ground. I thought it was only while you were going down, but I went ahead and pushed in and cleaned him. I didn't realize once again that you could hit C4s, but I ended up turning around after getting all my armor plates healed, because the biggest thing in my personal opinion is making sure that you're at full health. One good thing that you can do is run quick fix if you're a player that is constantly hitting your shots, but also wanting to get in gunfights one after another, especially when you're in quads and trios and stuff like that. Quick fix is actually very useful, but it doesn't heal your armor plates. You have to keep that in mind whenever you're playing, is that it's not going to heal your armor plates. So you're still not going to have 100% health, and it's going to be really easy for someone to kill you because you're technically at 50% health versus the other people that are fully armored up. As you can see here, we ended up finding someone on a heartbeat sensor. So we wanted to kind of rotate around and give myself a position of power. And the thing is, whenever you're looking for these positions of power, most of the time it's going to be something with a head glitch, or it's going to be something on high ground. So right here, I'm kind of like jumping around to see if I can see him. And he ended up coming outside, and sadly, he kills us. It happens. It does happen. But I decided that I was going to regain, and we were going to come right back to this area and try and get our stuff. And you'll see how that goes right now. So I came back and I went directly for this loadout drop so that I could grab my guns back and then immediately go back over and try and engage in that gunfight. The only difference between now and before is that I don't have as much ammo and I don't have as much plates. So I'm sitting on 2 plates rather than 3, which is going to put me at a little bit of a disadvantage, but I think we're going to be okay in this situation. The guy actually ends up hopping off of this building. You'll see in just a second. I try and be as quiet as I possibly can. And that's the thing. Whenever you're in solos and there's not a lot of people trying to shoot you, I saw this door was open and I was like, all right, we're going to crouch walk our way up the stairs and we're going to try and get the kill on this guy. So I take it slow. I'm checking my heartbeat, making sure that he's still up there. And as I get to the top, you know, we're slowly rotating around. They can't really hear you because you're crouch walking. There's a lot of stuff going on outside. So whenever you're outside, you're not going to hear things as clearly. But since I'm inside, it's not that loud for the guy outside. So I'm still crouch walking my way around. I see that he's kind of moved and he's went into the building down below. So I'm going to kind of hold this position for just a second and we're going to keep looking down to see if we can catch him. And I'm also going to be using my heartbeat sensor to see if he's moving out or not. Now, since he doesn't have ghost, I'm going to be able to use this for a solid amount of time. And you'll see he goes about 38 meters away. And I'm like, all right, well, let's just drop down then, and I'll see if I can catch him. But he rotated back around because he heard me drop down. So I start watching this edge over here. He ends up not being on this side. He rotated into the building and then rotated back out. So he'll come around this right side right here. I'll be aimed down and I see his gun peek out, and then I immediately flick over, get the guy, and we kill him. So now that he's dead, I see how much cash he gave me. There's a chance, if I'm not wrong, that he could be coming back. So I've got to keep that in mind, that he might be coming back down in the match because he had enough cash to do so. So now I'm kind of looking around. I see that I have $6,500 and I decide, hey, I really need some armor plates. I've only got 2. And so I'm looking around. We go up top in this building, and we're going to just look around a little bit more and try and find if anybody's around. I actually found someone on the mini map, so I marked him over there, and you can see that there's a guy near that car in just a second. So we're gonna slowly roll up, wait till people are out in the open, and then try and hit some shots. So as I come over, I'm taking, a look at every single place on my screen. I'm not just having tunnel vision to straight ahead. That's why you see that I'm like slowly walking and I'm not changing the angle that I'm looking, because if I do, I'm not going to look at the same areas. So this guy, I waited till he was out in the open, shot some shots, ended up getting the kill, and just demolished him. Plain and simple, he was dead. There was nothing he could do about it. Now there is another guy around here, and I see him coming down through the parachute. So I want to check the back side of this building and see if he's going to peek that edge. Now I like to think that people just peek exactly where I think they're going to peek. Sometimes I'm wrong about it. Most of the time I'm not. But that guy ended up actually coming around the other way around. And I shot him a couple of times, broke his armor. We pulled out our RPG and we got a little splash damage on him. We found this guy out in the middle of the field. The growl is absolutely disgusting, and it hits so many shots, so it makes it very easy on you to shoot people at long distances. We had the guy come back down behind us. We heard in our earphones the announcer say that there was a guy coming back down. So I started looking around, and then I heard the parachute. So I turned exactly to where I heard the parachute, and I shot him as he landed. He didn't even get a shot off on you, boy, and we got it taken care of. So I start looking around in the sky because I'm thinking, oh, that guy that I killed with the splash damage off the RPG, he might be coming back again if he got enough cash. But he didn't come back. We ended up getting a UAV, and we're checking around on this backside here. Now, I would have gotten another UAV, but notice I have $7,800. If I'm to spend $4,000 on a UAV, then we're only going to have $3,800, which isn't even enough to basically stay alive. I don't know what happened to my aim there. I don't want to talk about it. Just don't mention it in the comments. Do you guys like this kind of style of breakdown, by the way? I'd love to get your opinions on it. But right here, I saw some bullets flying, and this is where things get a little bit intense. Because I see on the heartbeat that there's a guy 23 meters away. He ends up hopping over the wall, so I don't take a shot. But whenever I push over, I don't realize on the left-hand side that there's a guy at the door on the left-hand side that already saw where I was. So when I hop on top of this roof here, he pops out, he hits a couple of shots, and I get stuck in the weirdest spot I've ever seen. And then I just kind of play peekaboo with this guy and then get shot in the back by the guy that's sitting in that building. So, sometimes you get a bad pick, sometimes you get a good one. But at this point, I decided to have the most massive testicles a man could have. And I went right back at it, baby. I went right back at it. We were going full force with our pistol because, heck, why not? I've got $1,700. The game's going to end or the game's not going to end. I'm not going to spend it waiting and looting around. So I catch this guy. He's hopping over, and I killed him with the pistol, which gave me a huge opportunity to grab some plates, get healed up, and rotate back around. Now, the other guy was actually shooting at me right there, so I have to get out of the spot that I'm in. So I grab this dragon off. It's got 10 shells, so I'm like, I got to be accurate. I ended up catching him at the side of the vehicle. He came up behind it. And so I'm like, all right, we're gonna take it slow, and we're gonna peek right here. And we got him twice, ended it. We got both the guys that we're going against, and it just ended up making it out of there pretty well. Now, this is actually my weapon. And then we see this other guy coming back, and it's like, nah, don't come back. Don't come back. Stop coming back. You're not me, brother. No. You're more than welcome to just try everything that you can to try and get better in this game. That's what I recommend. You know, maybe drop back down at your spot. If you don't feel like your gun skill is good enough, maybe land somewhere close, grab a weapon and come back down. But in this situation, I felt comfortable enough in my gun skill. I thought maybe I'd be able to get him with a pistol. And I did. I got the guy with the pistol. I rotated around, grabbed a different weapon, and then killed the guy that was behind the vehicle. And that was just a huge play. Now, a second ago, I did see a guy come down with a parachute, but it was kind of in a weird spot, so I decided not to push it. So I'm like, all right, I see a guy shooting another guy over here. Let's try and get a third party, because if I can get a third party, then maybe we can grab a kill out of this. I'm already sitting on 15 kills with 44 people left. I'm like, all right, let's just try and do what we can. So I see this guy right beside where the buy station is. We ended up getting the kill on that guy, but sadly, I'm 100% out of armor plates. So I see the guy on the roof right there, and I thought I heard a guy on my left as well, but he ends up shooting me. And you know, I thought to myself, maybe I should try and fight this. And then I see him again. I'm like, it's just not worth it. You know, his shots are really good. I've got no armor, so we need to back up. We need to grab more armor plates. That way we can heal up and we can be in a better situation than we have been. Because without any armor plates, you're basically a sitting duck. You know, if somebody shoots you 3 times, you're dead. Plain and simple. 3 times, you're dead. No matter really what weapon it is. If you don't have armor, you will lose in most situations, unless you're average Joe-O, because that's an entirely different situation. I'm just saying, he's disgusting, and I will never let go of the fact that he killed me with an MP40 in 2 shots when I shot him 57 times with an MX9. Joe! It's crap, bro. Anyway, we went ahead and we grabbed our armor plates and decided we needed to go ahead and rotate in. Now, I'm not stressing about a pinwheel rotation in this moment. I'm just thinking, you know what? I'm a foot and a half away from getting inside. I may as well, you know, kind of check my heartbeat as I slowly walk my way in, but just walk my way in. At this point in the game, no one's really gonna have ghost, at least not in this area where I've kind of taken out as many people as I can. But I also realized that I've only got $1,800, and if I don't get a little bit more cash, if I die, I will not come back. And coming back is a huge thing in this game because I had to buy armor. I didn't have any choice. I had to buy armor. So that's what we did. We bought armor, but it leaves us with $1,800. So I'm like, all right, I guess the only thing I have to do is go ahead and hit this contract. Luckily, I got a little bit of cash out of that, put us up to $2,600. We got $800 out of that chest. And then I see that there's a guy on the radar. I accidentally like shot beforehand. Luckily, that guy was just absolutely clueless of what was going on. I realized that I don't have an armor satchel. In just a minute, you'll see that I start grabbing it off of bodies. I'm like, why do I only have 5 plates? This is super weird. But anyway, we ended up getting 10 grand out of that. So we bought a UAV, and I didn't buy anything else. I wanted to see if I could grab another person with a UAV, and then maybe get a little bit more cash off of that. I see that there's a guy on the UAV, and he's on top of this building. I don't see him, and I see that there's another guy as well, but the other guy's in the sky. So I start looking around to see if he's coming back down behind, which he is, by the way, but I can't shoot at him at the moment because there's a guy up above me and I'm trying to be quiet. So I go in here and I grab that $2,800 from doing the contract, or $2,000, I mean, and then we're going to slowly walk our way up the stairs like we did earlier in the match, because we want to be as quiet as we can whenever we're going somewhere where someone is going to have an advantage. So we want to put ourselves in a position so that they don't have as much of an advantage over us as we do over them. So you want to be quiet. You want to sneak your way up the stairs whenever you're trying to find people inside a building, because if you're just stomping around, they're going to immediately turn over and get ready to shoot you. So there's a guy coming down right here. I saw that head on that guy, so I went ahead and shot him. I heard the guy land on the rooftop, and I went ahead and took care of him. Now, another thing is there's a guy actually on top of this red building, but I can't find him. You know, I'm in a really weird spot, and I genuinely cannot find where this guy's at. I'm assuming that he's sitting in that right side, but I have no idea at all. So I just start kind of looking around right here, seeing what I can find. So I ended up catching a guy behind me. It was the guy that came down in the parachute a little bit earlier, and I pop a couple of shots. I break his arm, and I'm like, all right, well, this would be a good situation to go ahead and shoot a rocket and try and kill him. Didn't end up killing him, but what we end up doing is actually blowing up this vehicle right here with a rocket, and he's gone. Because whenever you destroy a vehicle, you do a ton more damage to the player beside it instead of just hitting them with a rocket, because it's like a double explosion. But there was another guy shooting at the guy at the car. So I start looking around. I caught him through the trees here, and we end up cleaning him up as well. It was kind of tough. Don't talk about my aim. But we're now at 21 kills. But the free buybacks are gone. The guy is no longer in front of me at the red building here. He's obviously moved out. I guess he probably heard me shooting and he was like, nah, don't want to deal with it. So he actually moved to the building right across, the little car dealership, I assume it is. I'm not entirely certain. There's a car inside. I assume it's a dealership. It looks like a dealership. So he's moved into that building. I had to pause for just a second. Got to fix something here. And so I go ahead and move to the top of this building that we're in currently so that I can shoot down and try and have an angle on them that they won't have on me, because I can actually head glitch right here, which you see I'm sitting behind it and head glitching. And I just don't see him. So I'm kind of sneaking around here. I'm looking around, seeing if I can catch anybody moving in. And you see right here, I find somebody at the edge. I pop a few shots, and oddly enough, I shoot this rocket. It breaks his armor. And then he just kind of disappears. I don't know what happens here. I think he actually ended up dying to the storm. I'm not entirely certain. But somebody else came out of that building, got it down on them, went ahead and cleaned them. And I don't know what happened to the other guy. I really have no idea. I genuinely think he died to the storm. I think he just died because of that. But I end up finding another guy behind me. You'll see it in a second. But right now I see that I need some plates. I need some other stuff. He's got a ton of cash, and we can use that to grab a ton of UAVs. So whenever you're in the late game, you have to realize in this game mode that, by the way, there's a guy that came up behind me. Told you. Ended up hearing him coughing, which was kind of weird. But whenever you're in late game, especially in this game mode, a lot of people are going to be coming back in with nothing. And like I said, grabbing UAVs in this late game is absolutely huge. So I just grab them over and over, grab my self-revive, and we get ready to go, baby. We get ready to go. Like I said, the guy on the left is still in the building, but I got shot from the right. I thought it was up above, but it wasn't. He was sitting right behind this. Ended up missing a couple of my shots, which didn't work out well. Rocket missed as well. So I'm like, all right, I'm down 2 plates. We've got to rotate back around. We got to find this guy behind us so that we can put ourselves in a spot where I'm not going to get shot in the back. So I go ahead, I take care of that guy. And then when I come out here, I'm looking for the guy on the right. I see him moving forward, and I know that I've already broke his armor once, so he might be a little bit low. I go ahead and take some shots. He has no idea what's going on, and we go ahead and clean that up. Now, from here on out, I'm going to end up getting 2 kills, okay? We're going to get 2 kills for the rest of the game, but there's only 6 people left. One of the kills is right here. I saw the guy in that building, and I don't think he realized that I saw him, so I jumped behind the statue, and then whenever I jumped back out, I flicked right to where he was, and I started shooting, and then I laid down, and I wanted to just make sure that we took care of business with that guy, and we just destroyed him. Now, from here, there's about 5 people remaining, one of which is me, so 4 people other than myself. And I can see that there's 2 on the mini map right now. But the issue is I don't know where the other 2 are at. So I'm going to kind of check the outside area of the circle to see if I can find anybody. I actually saw a guy over at the truck, but if I shot, I wasn't going to be able to get the kill. So I just took the moment and I stepped back and I went ahead and slowly walked my way in here. I knew that there was a guy on the UAV, so I was trying to find where he was. Oddly enough, he was sitting in this corner. I didn't get an armor break or anything. Sadly, I had to reload my RPG, or I think I probably would have got the kill right here. But I'm kind of glad that I didn't. There's a reason for that. So we see that he's 27 meters out. I'm going to go up on this staircase. I'm going to see if I can hit a shot on him. So I'm going to peek back around. He beamed me. He broke 3 of my armor plates almost immediately. So I decided the best thing to do in this situation, because he's got a good shot, is kind of wait until they have to come to us. So that's what I did. I'm going to sit on top of the roof, and I'm going to kind of wait and see if they're going to push us. And if they do, then I'll be able to kill them because I've got high ground. I've got the advantage. So I'm going to slowly work my way over here, see if I can catch anybody coming up. I want to make sure that, you know, I'm not going to get caught off guard, but I've got 2 places that I can get shot from. Right here, I actually kind of put myself in kind of a head glitch spot, which, by the way, also makes me very vulnerable to the right. But I knew both the guys were inside this building because I could actually hear them. So I wasn't stressing too much, but I saw on the heartbeat he was 20 meters out. So I wanted to check this staircase to see if they were going to come up it. And I saw that he killed the other guy. So I know that there's 2 people left. I thought he was in there. He wasn't. I don't know what I was shooting, but that ended up getting hit and stuck on top. So I hurt myself, which almost was not good. But I ended up like just kind of waiting on the building for a minute, waiting on the building. I look around the right side. I look around this back side here to see if they are coming up yet. They're not coming up. So my only thing is I'm like, well, maybe they're sitting inside right here. So I launch a rocket, it doesn't hit, but he's actually sitting in the corner, just barely away. So we dropped 27 kills in solo stimulus, and it was absolutely disgusting. I'd love to know what you guys think. I really do hope that this was helpful for you guys. If it was helpful, please let me know with a comment down below. If there's anything that you would have done different in the game, please let me know. I know some of these moments were a little bit, you know, tough. There was multiple people that were shooting at us. We could have rotated out, stuff like that. But I'd love to know your opinion on what you would have done in some of these situations with a comment down below. Regardless, if you did go on to enjoy, it'd be greatly appreciated. You drop the video a like, you subscribe if you're new around here, as well as turn on notifications. That way you get notified every single time I post a video. You can also follow me over on twitch.tv/iamexpel. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, all the way up until 2 p.m., which is when my YouTube videos go live. And then last but not least, feel free to follow me over on Twitter, where I tweet things, and join my Discord. All the links to my socials are in the description down below. Go check them out. Either way, thank you guys immensely, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.